Hello guys, good evening. We will be starting the webinar in a few minutes. We are waiting for more people to join in right now. We have a lot of people joining in right now, so we'll wait for a couple more minutes. We have a very interesting session today. Will definitely be very informative to everyone. And to all the people who joined right now, thank you so much for joining us today on a Tuesday evening. And do let us know how your work was or how your day went on the chat box. You can actively use the chat box for any questions, queries during the webinar. That will be our mode for a conversation here. We expect everyone to be very engaging here as well. In the meantime, please do let me know in the chat box, guys, like why do you want to learn AI? Why do you think it is relevant? Let's engage a bit here. So do let me know. Let's try to keep this as interactive as possible. Yes, Ravi Shankar. AI makes a task faster, easy, and more precise statistically. True, true. We need more comments. Whole agrees with Ravishankar at least. AI makes a task faster, easier, and more precise statistically. I agree to that. You can show by raising your hand. Let me know who all uses ChatGPT at least. Yes, Priyanka. Even I use ChatGPT. Who is not answering, probably lying right now. Because everyone uses ChatGPT now. Of course, we have enough people right now, and we'll start the webinar right away. Perfect. So, hello everybody. My name is Abhinav P. Nair, and today's session will be on Prompt Your Future, the blueprint for a lucrative career in AI. In this session, you will learn why AI is the most in-demand career today, the A to Z of skills, tools, and roles in AI, the career opportunities, salaries, and hiring trends, and you will get a chance to clear up all your doubts in the Q&A session. Stay till the end and you will get a session recording and other exciting rewards and access to our Telegram channel as well. So let's start with a very quick poll first. I want to know what brought you guys here today. What was your motivation to join today's webinar? Are you exploring career options in data science? Do you want to upskill without learning how to code? Or are you considering enrolling in any data science course? Or are you just here to learn something new? Let me know, guys. Cast your vote in the poll right now. Let's do this a bit fast so that we can go on with the webinar. So please do put in your votes. We are getting a lot of people, a lot of polls right now. Lots of votes in the poll right now. We'll wait for a couple more minutes. Let everyone put in their votes. We have like a few more people joining in to the webinar. Do put in your votes, guys. All right, we have a lot of votes right now, and we can start with the webinar right away. So, before I hand it out to speaker, here is a very quick intro to Great Learning. We are India's leading edtech platform that has helped 18,000 plus professionals switch career through industry relevant expert-led programs. We have university partners like IIT Bombay, MIT, etc. And we have trained over 12 million learners across 170 plus countries. We have delivered 400 million plus learning hours and we have earned a rating of 4.8 out of 5. Now I'm thrilled to introduce the speaker for today. This is Suhas here. Suhas is an assistant general manager at Great Learning with 6+ years of work experience applying AI within digital marketing and educational technology. He has a strong track record of guiding professionals in building successful careers in AI domain and now leads strategic initiatives using his deep industry knowledge to drive learner success and business growth. Now over to you, Suhas.
Yeah, thank you, Abhinand. So good evening, everyone. All of you must be wondering what kind of background I have put in. Before I joined this webinar, I thought, okay, I should put in some background that's not as boring as me or something that's actually meaningful. So we are discussing on AI and why should we learn AI in specific in this webinar. And I thought this is the apt background to go with rather than my boring in-house background, right? The reason is AI enables us to work from these kind of exotic places and actually drive impact meaningfully, right? So work from home, work from anywhere, all of these concepts we have heard before. While the workplace in itself is evolving, something that can truly enable us to get to this reality for everyone, not just the founders, not just someone who is working higher up in the organization. To everyone, can everyone have the lifestyle that they can think of? AI in a way is a key. Okay. And throughout this webinar, I would try to give some understanding to you guys based on my limited understanding of the AI domain and my understanding of how companies are using AI and how are they driving strategic initiatives, and ultimately how will it help you guys in realizing your career goal and also realizing the goal of able being able to live this kind of a lifestyle where you will be able to work from anywhere, right? So hopefully you guys are excited about this webinar. There would be a lot of learning to you guys, and hopefully I would also learn a lot from you guys. So one thing I would want this webinar to be as interactive as possible. I would like to see as many hands go up, as many questions come in. So I hope you guys are excited about it. Okay. Before I start the webinar, once again, I will set the agenda right. This is not about teaching you guys what is there in AI. That's a different session. Great Learning does a lot of sessions on how to do AI, how to learn Python, etc. This session is mostly about what is happening in the world of AI, how the AI world is evolving, what it means for you, and what you need to be there to take advantage of that. So these are the three basic points that I want to highlight on and kind of egg you guys in start working towards these things. Okay. So this is the agenda we have in front of us, and the background I have is the dream that all of us have. I am pursuing that dream. I hope all of you guys will be pursuing that dream. I would want to be as useful, as impactful by working from anywhere. I will enjoy my wife. I enjoy my life while I work and drive impactful businesses. Okay. So this is what we are looking for, and I will start with the webinar. So as I discussed, the AI revolution is here. Okay. So when you think of it, okay, is AI something that's going to happen in future? No, these are the reports that have come out in 2025. Okay. And according to this year's data, there is a 38% increase in the AI job postings in India, 38% within 1 year. Okay. And then there is 1 is to 10 demand to supply ratio gap. Okay. If you kind of think back to early 2000s, late 90s, the kind of dot-com boom that we talked about, right? So the internet was evolving, the services were on the rise, so IT services rose in India. We didn't have enough engineers to kind of take care of it. So if you think of the earlier generation who finished their engineering in 90s or early 2000s, they built an amazing career out of it, right? Those who are passing out later, say 2010s and 2020s, we are not seeing a similar boom in the software industry. The reason being, we are in the fag end of the wave, while we were in the right side when in the 1990s or 2000s. The same thing is happening in AI, right? Say 5 years down the line, or 10 years down the lines, we will already be behind the curve, and the stats are right in front of you. Right now the time is now where the job postings are increasing, the demand and supply gap is huge, which is leading companies to kind of offer the salaries which are like 56% more than what they are offering for other experts. Okay, so this is the place where we are in right now, right? So this is something that we should be thinking about. So before I kind of get into what are the different kind of roles that are available in AI, etc., I will just kind of give a very brief introduction of AI. Many of you might already know this. Okay, what exactly is AI? In simple words, machines trying to be humans is what AI is, right? So any machine that tries to carry out the things in a smart way, like a human would do, will qualify to come under AI. So AI is a very big field in which there are so many different subfields that are there, wherein you will get the career opportunities. Okay, and one of the bigger subfield that is important for us to know is the machine learning field. So what is machine learning? Machine learning, I mean, some of you who would know, have a little bit of basics of programming knowledge, you would know there is something called algorithms. What you will do is you will kind of give a set of instruction to a machine to perform certain tasks, and the task will be performed based on the instructions that you are giving. Okay, while what in machine learning, what's going to happen is you will let the machine learn based on the data that you are giving, based on the learning that it in itself giving, without any explicit instructions or explicit programming. It will be able to kind of deliver the desired results, and this is what is being used in your spam filters that you get in Gmail, and the use cases are anyway enormous. Okay, so this is machine learning. So when we talk about machine learning, another thing that very closely related to is deep learning. Okay, deep learning is a specialized type of ML that uses artificial neural networks. What does it mean? Okay, it in a way tries to replicate how human brain works, right? With use of neural networks, the reinforcement learning that can happen, it can build more sophisticated machine learning systems, which are really in use when you look at self-driving cars or facial recognitions or anything that's like an advanced use case. So that's what deep learning is. So this is machine learning and deep learning, and then we move on to the buzzword of the buzzword that you guys are hearing everywhere, Oliver, ChatGPTs, Gemini's, etc., which is generative AI, right? So before we understand generative AI, we can broadly classify AI into two things. One is discriminative AI, and other is generative AI. What does discriminative AI mean? So discriminative AI is typically used for analysis or prediction. So say for example, you have a lot of data uh, on a sales that is happening on an e-commerce website, and you want to predict what's going to happen in the next year. You will use discriminative AI. You will use that data and you are going to predict, okay, this is how the pattern will be, and that's how it will move on. And discriminative AI is with us for many years now, and then there has been a lot of use cases that are being used there. But generative AI is fairly new field where there has been a tremendous improvement in the technology in the recent years. What is the difference? In discriminative AI, it's just about analysis, reporting, prediction. Whereas in generative AI, we are able to generate content out of the AI that we are using. It can be text, it can be images, it can be code, it can be anything. It can be videos, right? So that's what generative AI is. This is just a very high level information on what exactly is AI. So once this is just to kind of give you all the brief, we will move on to the career in AI, etc., in the subsequent slides. Guys, I will just have a small pause here. If you guys have any doubts, please ask. I will try to address that, and we will get into the meaty stuff after that. Okay, I should assume there are no doubts. Guys, please help me if someone has put up something on chat. Okay, we move on.
We don't. We have one question from Murugan K.
Okay.
What is agentic AI versus Gen AI?
Okay. Once again, it's a I would say agentic AI is a sub part of or a use case of Gen AI. Okay, wherein a specific task is implemented using AI. So if I have to give you an example, if you go to a chat GPT, which is a Gen AI, you can ask any question you want, you would get a generic answer. So typically it is good at doing a lot of things, but nothing in depth, right? So you must have heard of AI engines hallucinating, AI engines not able to do very deep work. All of those things are true because these are generic AIs, which are general AIs, so which will be kind of doing having a lot of breadth but very limited depth. What agentic AI does versus this is, say you have a very particular use case, right? Say for example, for great learning, we would want to have AI take webinars. Okay, it's a very particular thing that I need to be trying the AI on. What I will do is I will just invest my AI energy in making sure I'm able to build an engine which does this specific task perfectly better than any of the general AI models that are out there. But this is, I mean, the agentic AI that I have built is not good at doing anything else. So that's why the agent comes in, right? If you think of any of the execution jobs, say for example, someone is a someone is tasked with how can I put it? Say think of uh, an assembly line, right? So someone is in charge of kind of putting wheels into the car, right? So they are in charge of it, and then they are very good at doing it. And maybe if you just take them out and you ask them to kind of work on, say, assembling a steering or assembling the cockpit, they might not be as good at it. So it's like a very narrow focus of what we want and training the AI model to kind of give the best output that is possible. That's what agentic AI is. I hope I answered the question. Okay.
Hope
Um,
that is clear. We have one more question, Suhas,
okay.
from Ravi Shankar Gopal. He's asking where are we using Gen AI successfully?
I am using it successfully every day if I have to answer it that way. So Gen AI is used by, so this slide is in a way answering your question, Gopal. So 73% of large Indian companies are already actively deploying AI, and many of them are deploying Gen AI as well. So if I have to take a use case of how we use it in great learning itself, okay. So we do go ahead and kind of find out a lot of things on say this PPT that has been created, right? So if we have to go ahead and do it using our traditional tools, right? So if we go ahead and just use Google, we try to find different sources, we try to come up with this PPT. Okay, it will take us at least say 2 hours, 3 hours minimum, and I use Gen AI tool. What I do is I go to say Gemini or Chat GPT and I give it the topic of webinar that I want to do, and I ask it, okay, give me the stats that are useful for me along with the sources. It will list it to me. All I need to do is verify the sources, verify whatever Chat GPT is giving is correct, and then I use a tool something like Gamma.ai or something, and I will create a beautiful PPT out of it. Both of it is Gen AI use cases, right? I want to create a video video now. I will go to say a mid journey or something. I will ask it to create a video for me. That will be an introduction to this webinar. So it's already a use case. This is a very small use case, very particular use case. Think of it at a company level. There are a lot of use cases. Gen AI can create you text. Gen AI can create you images. Gen AI can create you videos. Gen AI can create you codes. And there are specific AI tools that are good at doing this, right? So and there are custom tools that are being built as well. So along with all these things, I mean, Gen AI is used across everything right now. Any other questions, Abhidhan?
No, we can carry on.
Okay. So as we can see here, what are the AI market trends, right? if you look at these three numbers, I kind of particularly chose this because this kind of gives the gravitas or the size of the market, right? It's like 15.7 trillion global AI impact by 2030. What does it mean? AI, what does AI impact means? Okay, this is the production value in the sense, okay, say to make it very simple, think of any company, okay, it's earning say 100 rupees as of now. Okay, so in that 100 rupees, of that 100 rupees, almost 80 to 90 rupees of what company is earning is going to be impacted by AI in some or the other way. Whether it's optimization, whether it's AI replacement, whether it's saving cost because of needing lesser number of employees. Okay, the AI impact, and you just kind of take this one company and you kind of expand it to the global level. It's reaching out to say 15.7 trillion dollars. And to put it into the perspective, it's four times the size of India's current GDP. Okay, India is a big country, right? So we have our GDP is enormous, and think of it, the impact will be like four times of this. And who will succeed when it's happening? Those who are ready with AI and are able to contribute in the AI market, they are going to reap enormous benefits of this growth, right? And then this is like just 2 years down the line, $17 billion. Just to put into perspective, it's, I mean, quite a bit larger than whatever the entire brand value of the IPL. You think of all the franchises, all the IPL brand value, put it together, $17 billion is more than that. And and then it's just in 2 years from now, right? So the growth that AI is taking is it's multi-bound. It's happening in higher levels. And as I said, already 73% of Indian companies are already deploying AI, and I'm sure if I do the same session in 3 or 4 months, this 73% will go to say 90% or close to it. Okay, so and as I said, this is going to hit all the industries, all the roles, somewhere or the other. This is similar to asking, will computer had computer had any effect on any of the industries? If you think about it, some adopted it later, some adopted it earlier, but computer is omnipresent, right? So computer is used across all the industries, across everything that you can see. Similarly, AI will reach that level. AI is a tool that will be used by multitude of companies, multitude of sectors, um, to drive growth, to enable growth. So you can't ever think of AI in silos, right? AI is not an industry. AI is not like, say, it's not like BFSI or healthcare, right? It's AI is not equal to banking. Say banking, if you ask me a question, okay, will banking exist in 20 years? Will healthcare exist in 20 years or whatever? So these are the sectors. It will of course exist. Will AI exist in 20 years? Yes, will exist, and AI will exist in every field you can think of. Okay, whether it's BFSI, I mean, some things are listed here, but if you think of whatever you want to think of, AI will have some kind of an impact on it. Okay, so that's where it is. We'll move on to the next slide. So once again, this is more into kind of make you guys understand the size of it. Demand for AI professionals is going to reach almost 10 lakh, 1 million by 2026. It is huge, right? So 10 lakh new jobs will be created. And then there is hiring frenzy, of course. Job portals have reported like 74% year-on-year growth in AI specialist job posting. This is just on AI specialist. This is not get taking into account other AI aided roles that may be in the market. Just on AI specialist, we are seeing 75% year-on-year growth. And as I said, there is a huge gap in supply and demand. There is this demand that every company wants to deploy AI. Every one company wants those who are qualified and are able to drive value out of AI. But there are not many people who can do it. So whosoever learns the skill and adopt for it is definitely going to earn more. They will be in demand. As we said, right now we feel like 50% of all AI ML roles in India remain unfilled because they are not finding the right candidate. Okay, that's the opportunity for you guys. Once you learn AI, and you can knock on that door. So once again, the same thing. Scarcity creates value. That's what I kind of talked about. There's a chasm, as you can. This is a beautiful picture. This is once again what AI can do, right? So AI can beautifully kind of show you what I'm trying to say. If you look at it, there is a huge gap, and there is and it is kind of bridged by this AI bridge, right? So there is scarcity. If you are able to cross this bridge by understanding the AI knowledge, you will be able to reap benefits out of it. So once again, 16% of India's IT workforce currently skilled in AI, only 60%. Think about it. There is a lot of scarcity there. And then once again, 56% more pay is expected if you know AI in any of the fields that you may be operating in. Okay, so all of these slides that I have created is just to make sure you guys understand the enormity of the AI field. It is kind of, I would say, this is like omnipresent. This is like God, right? So it's present everywhere. It will be present everywhere. So it's omnipresent. It's it is able to bring in a lot of value, save a lot of time. So whosoever is learning it right now will reap the benefit out of it. Say 5 years down the line, if you want to go ahead and do the same thing, there will be many people who know the same skill, and the pay gap, etc., will not be the same. Okay. Yeah. So now this is the next section of the PPT. Before I get there, I hope you guys understood the enormity of this. Okay. And you guys understand the impact that it's going to have. And let me tell you guys, if you guys think, maybe some of you may decide, okay, I don't want to do anything in AI, I want to continue in the field I am already in, or you may say, okay, I want to do something else that is more creative, or that is more that you think may not be impacted by AI. Okay, I'm happy to get some fields in the chat that you think AI will not be able to affect these jobs or these sectors. If you think there are any of kind of sectors like that, please put it in the comments. It will be a very interesting thing to go through it and actually debate whether AI is going to actually affect them or not. Okay. But my suggestion is, irrespective of whether you want to kind of build your career just in AI or not, having AI knowledge is paramount. Okay, and having that is like knowing language. Like, do you need to know English to excel in the career, irrespective of what you want to do? Yes. Do you want to have some kind of computer knowledge, irrespective of what you want to do? Yes. So AI is going to be that in, say, in a decade's time or whatever, where AI knowledge becomes paramount. Okay, and then it will be used in many things. But yeah, the question I asked, what is the job, or what is the sector you think will never be touched by AI? Please feel free to put it in chat, Abhinan. As soon as you kind of get something, make sure you share it. And guys, please put it in the comment. Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Is it making sense? Please feel free to kind of add that feedback in the chat as well.
We have a few more questions here, but I think that will be answered through the webinar itself,
Sure.
and we can take them in the end of the webinar.
Sure. Cool. Yeah, we'll move on to what is in it there for me, right? So as I started at the start, so we'll start with what is AI. That is what we tried to cover in the initial slides. Then we moved on to, okay, what is the size of this AI field, right? So is this growing? How big will it be? What are the opportunities out there? We kind of covered it in previous few slides. Now we are coming into the important part of it, which is what is there in it for me. Okay, you guys can see it on the screen. What are the entry level roles? What are the mid level roles? What are the advanced and leadership level roles? I'll just to simply put it, this is at the entry level, this is more of an operator role. I mean, this is very similar to any other field you would think of. Okay, the entry level roles are always execution roles. You will be the ones who will get the data in. You will be the ones who are building parts of agentic AI parts, say for example, or you will be someone who is analyzing something like data analyst, using some AI tools or having some AI focus, right? Doing the bits which are like execution heavy, but using all the AI knowledge that you already have. So that will be the entry level, right? And you slowly move on to a level where you will engineer things, whether it's machine learning engineer, data scientist, whatever it is, where you are actually designing and building the systems, whether it's an AI system, it's just in data science, whatever it may be, you will move on to this mid-level roles, and then the advanced level roles is always about being a visionary and setting the systems in place. Okay, so very basic. It's very similar to what is there in any other role. Only difference I would say is there is a salary gap of at least 56%. That's what we saw. Okay. You do the entry level role in some other position. Typically, on an average, you may earn, say, 50% less than what you may earn if you are doing something with the AI enablement. So that's what you guys should have, you should keep in mind. Okay. I explained this. I will just keep it here. You guys can kind of read it. What data analyst does, it's the foundation. You work with data, clean it, use it, find some trends. It's an execution level role. When you move ahead a little bit, you have a little bit of knowledge, you move on to become a machine learning engineer, or there are many things, sub things as we discussed, right? So there are AI in itself is huge. There are multiple subparts to it. This is just one of the paths that's been shown. It's not like necessarily that everyone follows the same path. There can be hundreds of paths that you guys can follow. Okay, you may become a machine learning engineer. And I would just want to add on to one thing which is not in the PPT here. Okay, while the PPT focuses on core AI roles, which may be machine learning, Gen AI, etc., becoming a data scientist, etc. Even if you want to build career in something like me, right? So I'm a marketer. I'm in marketing for over the years right now. Um, Thus, having AI knowledge impact my role tremendously, right? I may not sit every day and code something in SQL or Python. I may not be using I may not be kind of designing a machine learning system. Okay, but I will be using a lot of AI tools to make sure my job is going smoothly. Okay, and understanding basics of AI, how AI works, is very important, even for me, to make sure I'm building the right things in my organization. I'm making sure I'm on top of it, right? So it's not just, I mean, these are the roles that we are mentioning here is very traditional AI roles, which are always good to be in. But even if you want to get to any other field, having basic knowledge of AI and how AI works is always going to be a bonus. Okay. Whether you want to go into operations, whether you want to go into general management, you want to go into marketing, you want to become a program coder, you want to become anything, that's going to be very useful for you guys. Okay. So yeah, this is the next slide. This is just to kind of go beyond and kind of showcase to you guys what kind of salaries can be expected. As I said, 56% more. That's the key thing that you guys need to look into. Other things are very basic. You can find it in Glassdoor. You can find it in we took it from our own research, but you go ahead and find it in anywhere. You will see a typical you will see a very similar trend. Okay. So I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but just kind of go through these figures. This is typically 50% more than whatever you can earn in other fields doing a very similar level job. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I will get into this essentials part. Before that, so far, Abhinan, any questions pertaining to this level? Would like to address that first.
Uh, we don't have any right now.
Okay, so guys, feel free to put in your questions. Okay, feel free to put in your feedback. Okay, yeah. So we discussed on, okay, what is AI. We discussed on how big AI is. Then we discussed on what are the job opportunities, what are the salary range. Now the important question, you saw what is in it for you. Now the question is, what should I do to get there, and what are the essential skills I need to have. Okay, let me put it very bluntly. Basics are important. Whatever you learn till your 12th standard is important, irrespective of the career you want to do. Okay, that's where you learn the basics of language, basics of math, basics of statistics. That's going to be very important on everything. Okay, so the first thing is programming and math foundations. Math foundations is must for everyone. So which is your strong grasp on linear algebra, calculus, statistics. Okay, this is the basics that you join our course, you join any of the courses, this is where the course is going to start. Okay, so math foundations are important. Then comes your programming foundations. Any AI engine that you want to build, it will typically be built on Python. So fluency in Python becomes very important. Okay, so to start with, it's just understanding of statistics, understanding of math. On top of that, you can think of programming. Even if you don't have a programming knowledge, it's fine. You can start learning from these basics levels. Okay, looking at this, you may not think like, okay, I have to come with like a complete package. I should know all these things, then only I will be able to get into the job. No, all of these can things can be learned in very limited time. Okay, all but then what we need is, yes, your effort, and your willingness to learn. Okay, so math foundations easy till 12th, and then comes your programming knowledge, easy, can be learned. Python is the easiest programming language out there. It can be easily learned. Okay, then comes your core machine learning and deep learning concepts, which are very basics, frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch. All of these things will be taught in any of the courses that you want to join. Okay, so once again, the second thing, if you don't know, you can easily go ahead and learn. Okay, and then data handling at scale, because all AI is about data handling at scale, coming to insights, generating content out of large amounts of data. So data handling becomes important. SQL language, SQL understanding becomes important. Okay, pandas and numpy becomes a bonus. Okay, so all of these things will come over that. So these are the three things. These are like hard skills, right? So you have to have statistics, Python, little bit of knowledge on ML and DL, and then the data handling at scale. But what is more important of compared to these three is the fourth point that we have put in. Okay, problem solving mindset and communication. So anything that you are building, you will only be successful if you are able to communicate it in the right way to non-technical stakeholders. And also, this right problem solving skills are important. Okay, this fourth one can only be coached, never be taught. Okay, so this is the fourth one, is where you guys will need to focus a lot upon, improve yourself upon. And then the hard skills can be taught, hard skills can be learned. And I mean, companies like Great Learning are there to kind of help you guys with it. And we also help with communication and problem solving skills as well. But as I said, these things are coached, not taught. So the right bent of mind is important. Hopefully, you guys are getting what I'm talking about. Okay, feel free to ask questions. Once again, as I said, a four-step blueprint to success, very similar to what we discussed before. Master the fundamentals first. Like, what are the fundamentals? Python, mathematics, core data structures, statistics. Let's master that first. Once we do it, we move on to a little bit of specialized training on AI/ML, a little bit of understanding of data science, little bit of understanding of NLP. What does neural network mean? What is computer vision? What is audio analysis? All of those things we can slowly understand a little, right? And then we can use any, you can choose any one of them depending on the work you are doing, or depending on your need or your interest. You can pick any one and go deeper into it, but at least you should have a surface level knowledge of all of these things. And importantly, irrespective of the level you are at, you should always try to build a portfolio of real world projects. Okay, as many projects you do, better the knowledge you will gain. Okay, theoretical knowledge is of no use. Okay, so you do go through like hours of YouTube content, you go through say hundreds of Coursera courses without doing any real world project. That's not going to be useful, and that's not going to be valuable when you apply for the job as well. So be very clear with it. You should go ahead and find real world projects. Okay, and then that's where you will get the step four, right? So you will get able to get the practical experience, and you will be also be able to showcase the work that you have done in the field. Okay, to start with, learn the fundamentals, then learn AI and ML specific fundamentals, a little bit of understanding on all the things, and choose the field that you want to work in. Then start building your real world projects, and start showcasing works. Okay, you do it. Of course, companies like Great Learning help you finding real world projects, doing it, etc. And also outside, you guys should kind of try finding more and more projects once you have the fundamental knowledge. Okay, this is how you hone your skill. This is how you showcase to the world that you actually understand what it is, not just, you are not just fluffing about it. Okay, so this is one slide I would say is very important. You want guys take a screenshot and keep it with you. Okay, um if you are not doing it, you are not doing it right. Okay, if you are going through like hundreds of YouTube videos just understanding the basics, you are going through like hundreds of Coursera courses and say, okay, मैंने तो कर लिया, मैंने तो, like, I have done some introduction to Python, I have done AI fundamentals, I have done data science fundamentals, all of those things I have completed in Coursera. Now I am an expert. Definitely you are not. Do those courses. Along with that, what else are you doing to build your hands-on experience? Along with that, what are you doing to gain practical skills? That is where the difference is made. Okay, that is where a company is going to hire you or not hire you. That's where the difference is made. So be very clear with it. This is the most important slide in the webinar. Okay, so please keep this in mind. And yeah, as I said, so if you are a working professional, and I briefly kind of touched upon it. Okay, I'm already working in XYZ field. It's easy for me to take my example, like, okay, I'm already working in marketing, I'm doing a lot of things. Why should I learn AI? How should I learn AI? What should I do? Okay, I would say, first and foremost, you should never leave the domain that you are working in. I mean, if your intention is to leave and do something else, yeah, please go ahead and do it. But if you want to excel in the same domain, even if you want to leave and get into a different domain, understanding that domain becomes very important. Okay, say for my example, I am in marketing as a marketing analyst or whatever. Okay, for me, first I would want to master marketing, right? So I have to understand marketing in and out. On top of it, I will learn AI. I will make sure I will make use of AI to kind of facilitate and drive better value in my company, right? So you will never leave the domain that you are working in. Whether you want to switch the domain or whether you want to stay in the same domain, domain expertise becomes very, very important. It's not like you learn AI and you just kind of throw off the fundamentals. That's never going to be the case. And embrace lifelong learning, and this is going to be the truth that's going to stay with you guys. If you guys think I will do a single course, or I will learn about AI today, and that's going to set me up for the life, that's never going to happen. If anyone is promising you that, they are lying to themselves. Okay, this field is evolving, and whatever is happening in 2025, it will be evolved and it will become 100x in 2027. Okay, so lifelong learning is important. Learning should be a habit. You keep on trying new things, you keep on learning new things. That's how you are going to grow. And then the third part is network strategically. So always look at networking with the like-minded people. Okay, that is where you will able to understand what is important, what is upcoming, right? So this network strategically, it's not blindly kind of following everyone on LinkedIn, or just not randomly posting things on LinkedIn. It's more about networking with purpose. Okay, you will find right-minded people, you do networking for the right reasons, not to just find a job. Someone will refer me, I will network. All of these things are just the output. Okay, someone is going to refer you, someone is going to hire you. All of those things happen as output. But if your intent is not that, your intent is to learn from the network, your intent is to actually truly connect with the network and understand um, what's useful for you. Okay, and of course that I would say the fourth point, data centric role. Okay, irrespective of what you are going to be, it will become data centric in the AI world. So start getting comfortable with data. Start getting comfortable in processing large amount of data. Okay, so that's going to always help you going forward. Okay, I hope this is clear. And yeah, the future outlook, as I said, AI is deeply embedded in the business. So whatever you do, AI will have an impact on it. And AI is growing enormously. So if you are seeking job security, don't think clinging on to your existing job is how you will get a job security. That's the fastest way to kind of lose your job. So you need to evolve with the market, whatever is growing, add those skills. That's how your job security also grows, and your job opportunities also increase. Okay, you will not be worried about losing a job. You will always be looking at better opportunities. So that's where the jobs of tomorrow, we in this PPT we try to kind of find what are the jobs of today. Jobs of tomorrow can be many more things that even I couldn't imagine right now. Okay, so that's where the lifelong learning things comes into picture. We learn new things, we learn uh, and kind of have hands-on learning on them, and start implementing it in our workplace. We have the ultimate job security, and we are ready for the jobs of tomorrow. Okay, and unless we are doing this, irrespective of how you are feeling right now, your job is under threat. That's the reality of life right now. Okay, so once again, I mean, this is like putting the same thing in very different words. As I said, the blueprint that we discussed on the four things that we need to do, learning fundamentals, etc. So make sure that you ingrain that blueprint in you. Start learning today. Okay, And when I say start learning, don't do it blindly. Okay, going through hundreds of YouTube videos will not help. Going through some hundred Coursera courses will also not help. Do Coursera courses. I'm not saying don't do it, but think how are you implementing the learning in your work that you are doing. Okay, so seize the opportunity, and then of course the manifestation power, right? So imagine your future. So I know all these things. I will be working in, say, a reputed company. I will be working as this. I will be starting something on my own. Always have a long term vision in mind and work towards it, with AI being a partner along with you guys. Okay. So that's how we will be able to um, build a successful career as we sit in 2025. Um, I think that's it from me. Before I move on, please feel free to ask questions, give feedback, and I'm happy to take them now.
There are a few more questions to ask.
Yeah.
So Mutahira Firdos have asked, is only Python programming language is enough, or should we learn other programming language as well?
To start with, Python is more than enough. Okay. Other programming language depends on the use cases, which industry you are working in, what kind of use cases you are working in. Depending on that, other programming knowledge might also become important. But just to learn AI and build AI models, Python is more than enough. Anything else?
One more question is there, like Dilpreet has asked, please tell me how to skip the entry level roles and directly into mid level roles.
Okay, I don't know of your existing job profile. Okay, if you have already done a lot of work in the entry level roles, you can skip it directly into the mid level roles, but that is not going to happen by magic. Okay, you need to learn skills that will get you there. Okay, so the real world projects I talked about, do more of it. And also, if you are already working, look at your domain, and see what is missing, and how AI can enable you to drive extra value and showcase it in your existing workplace or outside. That's going to help you fetch a job which is one level higher up. Okay, but then my suggestion is, rather than looking at the problem statement whether you want to kind of skip the entry level job, you will look at it in a way, how can I learn skills and use it to that extent that I need not get into the entry level job. So skip, in a way, I would say flip it with respect to skills rather than with respect to just rules. Roles will anyway come once you have skills. And if you are a fresher, don't skip entry level. Okay. If you skip, that's very important learning. Okay. I'm assuming you have some work experience, then my earlier answer makes sense.
There is another question. As an entrepreneur, what opportunities I have in AI sector?
Okay. I would need more details. But anything that you are doing in your business, okay, all of that can be optimized, done better, done faster using AI. And there are a lot of tools out there. You need not code. No code AI is true. And that can help you automate a lot of things. Okay. Whether it's operations of your business, whether it's creating social media content, whether it's, say, creating cold emails, creating marketing collaterals. I don't know which sector your firm is in. But irrespective of what you are doing, almost all aspects of your business can be improved using AI. Anything else?
There's one more relevant question right now. Like, can you name some AI tools or data analysts or data scientists?
Hmm. See, I wouldn't say there is a relevant tool for a data scientist. Okay. What does data scientist do? They get in a lot of data. They use Python. They use a Python library, and as I said, TensorFlow and PyTorch. TensorFlow is from Google, PyTorch is from Facebook. So this enables you to access to a lot of big Python libraries. Okay, and they will be able to build a system out of it. Okay, and there can be many other tools that can be used subsequent along with that. Okay, it's very broad question to kind of answer. There are narrow use cases for which certain tool will be useful, but I would say knowledge of Python and something like PyTorch or TensorFlow is anyway needed to do any kind of a data analyst or data scientist.
Thank you, Suhas. I think a lot more of the other questions will be answered in the next section.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Suhas. Now I'll introduce Saud. Mr. Mohammed Saud, he's a senior manager at Great Learning, and he has over 6 years of experience in AI and data science. He's helped thousands make smarter career decisions in tech, and today he'll walk you through what it takes to thrive in the world of AI. Over to you, Saud.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Abhinand. I just need a quick thumbs up from you. I hope I'm audible and visible as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so just let me share my screen just a minute. I hope my screen is visible.
Yep, it is.
Okay, so before I take the things ahead and talk about my part of the session here, I would like to thanks Suhas to give us a detailed walkthrough on artificial intelligence, what all career opportunities and where are we seeing artificial intelligence to move in the upcoming years, right? One of a very important question that would have came to a lot of your minds would be, why is artificial intelligence or data science or generative AI as a domain gaining a lot of traction right now? Why it didn't happen previously? So, just to tell you, there are two key changes that we all have witnessed. Might be you people might not be noticing it, but just to highlight these two changes, the first one is computational power. So, with 10 to 15 years, I suppose all of you will be able to understand that the computational power of the devices that we are currently working with is getting much and more stronger. That's one thing to look at why AI is gaining a very strong traction. Okay. Secondly, if we talk about the storage again is getting much and more cheaper with 10 to 12 years, right? If in case I talk about storage, uh, a lot of mobile devices currently are able to accommodate somewhere close to 1 terabyte of data. Okay. So storage is getting much and more cheaper, and computational power is getting much and more stronger. These are two of the most important reason why AI as a career opportunity is gaining very strong traction. Okay. Now, Suhas did talked about it's very important to learn practical exposure and learning things in depth, right? So let me give you a walkthrough what essentially are the factors that should be considered while you choose a data science or artificial intelligence course. Okay, so I will be talking about the green flags and red flags out here that you people should look at before choosing a course. The first one is it should teach you the relevant skill that are there in the job description, right? So let's suppose you people are going to look for career opportunities in the domain of artificial intelligence or data science. You can see that there are certain key skills that are required for you to be eligible for the career opportunity. So whenever you are choosing a course, make sure that the course is going to be covering all of those skills to be specific so that it gets easier for you to crack a career opportunity. On the contrary, if in case I talk about the red flags, uh, please don't go for curriculum which is outdated. So what used to happen 3 years back, for example, into the domain of data science and AI, if in case you're learning that right now, you are not as per the set standards of the market. Okay. The second thing is you should learn the course from a globally recognized institution. It's because if in case you learn from a globally recognized institution, they would have done multiple batches, and with iterations and newer batches coming up, they would have learned from the mistakes they have made. So their curriculum and their teaching methodology will be as per the feedbacks they have received. Okay. Talking about the red flag here, if in case you go for a local player, it will be like a limited learning and a limited value that you will be getting across employers. So if in case you're learning it from a recognized place, right, and when you are adding it over to your resume or your LinkedIn profile, it will absolutely stand out in comparison. If in case you just mention a local player name in your resume, employers might not take it, because if in case you're looking for a good brand, then it's absolutely important to have it from a recognized institution. Okay. The third thing in green flag, if you talk about, is industry experts. So you should learn from people those who come with a background that has to do with data science or AI. So their career should revolve around the basic of mathematics and statistics. They should come with a background that has to do with maths and stats in their educational and professional background. Don't go for single staff faculty, because ultimately you will come across profiles wherein they have recently started teaching data science and AI as courses. So the question is for you, who will you be preferring to be taught from, an experienced faculty or a non-experienced one? Then you should learn things that are more into case studies and projects that can give you hands-on experience, because gone are the time wherein employers used to ask definitions and theories about how things are happening, right? They rather give you data in rows and columns, and they ask you to apply, for example, machine learning algorithm, and they will ask you to give the most accurate and precise result with the analysis that you have done. So it's very important to learn the practical part of how things are working out. Whereas if in case you go for a theory only course, be very clear, it's not going to be giving you a career transition. Okay. Now, one other important point to tell you, I suppose the people, those who are a part of the webinar right now and those who are listening, right, in some or the other way, I am very sure that you people might not be satisfied or utterly happy with the job responsibilities that you have, the designation you're working with, or the salaries that you might be earning. That's probably one of the sole reasons why you people are here, right? So understanding that this is the need of the hour, we have come up with a course which is a Microsoft Accelerator program. Now let me talk about why is this program very effective. Okay. The first thing is this course offers 30 plus hours of expert video content wherein you will be having live sessions. Okay. Now let me explain you the pedagogy of learning, how we teach you in the course. So it's like by the start of the week or by the end of the week, we will be releasing you with certain content like class recording or pre-recorded videos. So firstly, you need to go through them. Now, once you go through them, for sure you will be having some or the other doubts and questions, right? Now, once you have doubts and questions, you will be having a live virtual session, which is going to be a combination of three things. The first one would be a summarization or a debrief of the topics that you have gone through. The second one would be giving you a real time case study to showcase how this topic is being used on a daily basis so that you can simplify your work. And last but not the least, you will have the utmost opportunity to ask your questions and get it rectified. Now, the program comes with a flexibility, which is you can learn at your own pace. If in case you want to complete the course effectively, you can complete the course within the duration of 3 months. Okay. However, the flexibility is you can complete the course in the duration of 9 months as well, wherein you will be having the utmost flexibility to re attend the live sessions till the duration of 9 months. Whenever we are conducting it, it will probably repeat every 3 to 4 weeks. So you will have the utmost opportunity to re-attend these live sessions whenever you feel like you want to revise it, or if you are missing any topic, you can re-attend the sessions as well. Okay, the course comes with around 4 real world projects and 20 plus case studies that are going to be taught to you in the program. And this is going to be a co-branded certificate coming from Microsoft and Great Learning. The program does offers career support, including interview preparation and resume reviews, for which I will be talking about in the upcoming discussion as well. Now, one green flag that I talked about is the job description is something which is very important to look at when you're looking for career opportunities, right? So with the help coming from Microsoft, what we have done, we have analyzed 100 plus job descriptions that were in the domain of data science, artificial intelligence, and generative AI. Okay, and as per these job description, we have designed the curriculum for the course. So for example, if in case you look at the job description requirement for Python programming, it requires comprehensive Python, NumPy, and Pandas. This is going to be taught to you in the course. Then we talk about supervised and unsupervised machine learning. We will be covering regression, tree-based methods, and clustering. Then we have deep learning basics, CNN and MLPs, wherein we will be covering neural networks, CNN, transfer learnings. If you talk about NLP and generative AI, transformers, ChatGPT, prompt engineering, RAGs, and vector DBs are going to be covered in the course. If you talk about SQL for analytics, we will be teaching from basics to Windows function. So we have gone through 100 plus job description, and we found out what are the key skills that are required in the market with which you can leverage data science, AI, or generative AI at work. And ultimately, you can look for a career transition. That is exactly what we are teaching to you in the course. Okay. Now, talking about the curriculum, so just to tell you this flow chart, if in case I talk about, it starts from data science, then it moves to artificial intelligence, and then comes generative AI. That's how we have structured the course as well. It's like a bridge. You learn the step one, you move to step two, and then comes the steps three. So we will start from the foundation building, that would be on introduction to data science and Python. Then we will be moving to data science and AI techniques. So these are the 5 core pillars of the program, wherein we will be starting from Python and statistics foundation. Then we will be moving to machine learning, generative AI, and computer vision foundation, introduction to SQL and model deployment. And there is going to be additional modules as well that would be into data visualization using Tableau and time series forecasting. All the tools that you're able to see over here are the tools that are being used in the global market when it comes to analyzing data, when it comes to artificial intelligence, and when it comes to generative AI. So the tools that are going to be covered would be Python, SQL, Tableau, NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib, I mean, so on and so forth. These essentially are going to be the tools that are going to be covered in the program. And this is what we are going to be teaching you in the entire course. Now, the other green flag to talk about is learning the practical exposure, which is to do with projects and case studies. So the program comes with 4 hands-on projects and 20 plus case studies. Let me talk about some of the samples so that you guys can relate how exactly data science and AI is being used in the current market. So one of the project examples, if we talk about, is to do with automobile customer profile analysis, right? Talking about one of the biggest brand in automobile industry right now. So I would like to call out the name for Tesla, right? We have recently seen that there is Tesla opening one of the offices in Mumbai, or a store there, right? What exactly is Tesla doing as an organization? So they are trying to track the data of the customers, right? How they are tracking it is basically when their customers are driving their vehicles. Okay, they are trying to understand what exactly are the behavioral patterns, what exactly are uh, the other insights that are gained while the customers are driving it. And every new vehicle, when they are launching it, they are devising the strategies on the basis of the feedbacks and on the basis of the behavioral pattern that they have learned from the previous cars that are there on the roads right now. So while understanding what is going good, what is going bad, they are making the use of the data, and whatever new device or new car they are coming up with, it's as per the current feedbacks what they have received. That's how they are trying to get better with their customers. Okay, that's one of the examples of the projects that you will be working on. One of the case study example to talk about is coming from medical insurance premium prediction. Okay, wherein just to give you an example, let's just suppose I'm in the northern part of India, right? And I suppose there would be people coming from the different geography of India, talking about east, west, and south, right? Now the core health issues what I will face being in the north part of the country, and it's absolutely going to vary as per the demography, right? So people in the south will be coming up with different health related issues, right? And the same goes for east and west as well, right? What medical insurance companies are doing, they are absolutely trying to find out as per the demography what exactly are the most recurring health issues, and on the basis of that they design premium policies so that they can cater to the market well at better pricing. Because of this they might sound more of better decision makers. That's how they are trying to make their business better. Okay, these are some of the examples of the case studies and the projects that you people will be working on. Now the other green flag that I talked about was learning from the right set of faculties. Okay, if I talk about the core basic of data science, okay, so data science in simple words, it's the science of data, right? Or it's about decision making. Okay, if you have a data, you can make decisions out of it, but you need to understand in the very first place what data is meaningful and what data is junk, right? So, talking about one of the profiles here, Dr. Abhinanda Sarkar, who is a senior faculty and director academics at Great Learning. Okay. So, Dr. Abhinanda Sarkar is an ex MIT Sloan faculty that ranks number one in the world for data science and AI learning. And he's a PhD in statistics from Stanford University. Okay. So all the faculties that you are able to see over here, one common thing that you will be able to find in their profile, if in case you're going to research, their educational as well as their professional background has to do with maths or stats, which is the basic of data science, AI, and generative AI. Okay, so these are just some of the names that we have mentioned here. Just for all of you know, some of them are even known to be magicians in the domain of DS and AI. Not just that, understanding for you people to have the best practical learnings and practical exposure of DS and AI, we not only have faculties in the course, we have industry experts as well. Now, these industry experts, if you talk about, are the people, those who are currently working on the problem statements coming in the domain of data science and AI, and they are resolving it on a daily basis. Who could be the best expert for you to guide with regards to practical exposure? These are the one. Okay, so we have Mr. Saurabh Bakchi, who is a vice president coming from JP Morgan Chase. We have Mr. Aniket Chabra, who is a principal product manager. We have Mr. Onkar Gaikwad, who is an assistant manager at Mahindra Nextwealth. So these are some of the learners, or these are some of the mentors with whom you will be getting a chance to interact with. We have a pool of industry experts as well, with whom you can get a chance to interact with while you are a part of the program. Now, talking about the career support, we will be starting with career mentoring. So, you will be having mentoring master classes with industry experts. Okay. Looking at your profile, they will be guiding you which path of DS and AI you should essentially move to have the most stable career path. The other one is interview questions. So there is always a set of question that revolves around when it comes to interviews, right? So with the tie-ups that we have with the organization, we will be sharing you these set of questions so that you can easily crack your interviews. You will have resume review as well in the program. So there is one thing which is very important, that is keyword, right? I suppose all of you would have heard this some or the other place when you would have used chat gpt yourself, that keyword is something which is very important. So we will be helping you in adding those keywords that can make your profile stand out, so that you can get a chance to be interviewed in the domain of data science and AI. Then you will have AI mock interviews wherein you will be practicing and learning things with regards to practicing with AI mock interviews coming from different job description in the domain of data science and AI. Okay. And last but not the least, that's the most important one, which is guided projects. So you will be working on 50 guided projects that will be coming from various domains. So what we have seen, the more number of projects that you have in your profile, the better are the chances you can leverage data science and get a career opportunity. Okay. So the more number of projects that you will be adding in your profile, the better would be the chances. So we will be giving you these 50 guided projects so that you can work on them and can make your profile stand out. So that's about the career support. Now, talking about the program, it's the batch is something which is going to be closing tomorrow. The fee for the program, if we talk about, is 45,000 plus GST. That comes to around 53,100 rupees. For you to kickstart your learning and be a part of the program, you will be required to pay the initial admission fees for the course, which is 5,000 plus GST. That is 5,900. As you're a part of this webinar, you are eligible for a scholarship of 15,000 rupees. Okay. That will take down the final fee structure to be 30,000 plus GST, which is 35,400. Now, post you pay the admission fee, the rest of the amount, if you are getting the scholarship. So just to break down the numbers, post the scholarship, the fee will be costing you 35,400. Once you pay the admission fees, that is 5,900. The rest amount left to be paid would be 29,500. There are two options with which you can pay. You can pay the rest of the fees in one shot, post your first live session, or the other option that you will be having would be to go with the EMI options that we have with the loan support partners for the duration of 6 months. Okay, wherein the monthly EMI would come somewhere around 5,000 rupees. And there would be a one-time processing charge that would be somewhere around 6 to 800 rupees. Okay. Now, what the thing is, this amount is something, honestly speaking, when we go out with regards to celebrating weekends or going out for a dinner, we usually spend it. We don't think about it twice, right? Here in the program, if you're learning it, it's about career that we are thinking as an investment for. Okay. So I think so this amount is something which is going to be easily manageable. So if in case you people are willing to enroll for the program with the scholarship of 15,000 rupees, you will be required to use a promo code that would be webinar 15, that will bring down the fees to 30,000 plus GST. Okay. Now, as of the time being, we are taking enrollments, and the people, those who will be enrolling with us in the next 24 hours, will be eligible for a 500 Amazon voucher. And only the first five enrollments, or only the first five learners, those who will be enrolling for the course, will be eligible for this particular voucher as well. Okay. So before I talk about how you can enroll, I would urge the host to share all of you with the link for the program so that you people can go through it and talk about any further questions or concerns that you have as of the timing after going through the website. And then we will take up the questions and concerns that you have after I am done with the further step of how you can enroll for the course. So I hope it's shared. Yes, I can see that. I will just wait for like 2 odd minutes wherein we can have you people go through the website link, and then we will take things ahead. Okay, so I suppose you people would have had a surf read through the website page. Now, let me tell you how you can enroll for the course. Okay, and then we will take up further questions and concerns that you people have. Okay, so if in case you're willing to enroll yourself in the program, you will be able to see an option at the very start when you open the link that tells you to enroll now. Okay, now once you're going to tap on enroll now, you will be able to see that it takes you to a page wherein it's going to be asking you to fill in the application form, wherein you have to enter your personal details and professional details. Once you enter that, tap on continue. Then it will take you to the next page, which is going to be the payment page. In this page, you will have to enter the promo code as webinar 15 and you have to tap on apply. Once you tap on apply, you will be able to see that the waiver of 15,000 rupees is applied. Then you have to tap on admission fee as an option, and then you can proceed with pay with debit or credit card or UPI. You can choose any of the options. One other thing that you can do as well, if in case you want to, you can choose debit or credit card EMI option as well. That might be available on your cards if that's an option which is available. So that's the other option that you can use. So that's it from my side. I will just be requesting the host to share all of you with a feedback form wherein you can share your profiles and you can share your interest. Basically, the thing is, in the webinar, we might not be able to cater to all the profile of the learners that are going to be there. So if in case you fill in the feedback form, uh, rather what we can do, we can get in touch with you. An expert can absolutely call you right away and can have a thorough discussion about your educational and professional background and can suggest you how this course can be impactful and how can things be better for you. Okay, so you can ultimately make the use of it, and people those who will be filling in the webinar feedback form will be eligible for the scholarship as well. So I will just wait for a minute or two. I hope the host would have shared the form here, and then we will take up any further questions that are there for Suhas or for me. Yeah. Good to see we are getting an overwhelming response over to the feedback form. Please fill it so that the team can get in touch with you directly, and then we can go ahead with the questions and concerns that are there. I will just wait for the next 1 minute. Please post your questions as well that you people have so that we can take it up. People, please fill in the form so that you can be eligible for the scholarship and to have a one-on-one connect. I would request, I think so we can take up questions that are there. So, Abhinand or Shweta, if you can tell us the questions and then we can answer them one by one. Yeah.
Sure. We have a question where this anonymous only, but someone is asking 50 projects in 3 months. Are these hands-on projects?
Yeah, so the projects that you talk about, yes, they are going to be hands-on. And as to what I stated, this is an additional thing that we are offering you. Okay. Plus to that, you will have 9 months of time to complete the course. Okay. If you do it, if you don't do it, it's absolutely on you. However, you will have 9 months of time to complete these projects that are there. Okay. I think so that this much amount of time to complete the projects would be more than enough. And you will also be having the access to Olympus for 1 year from the day you enroll for the program. So I suppose 12 months of time is more than enough to complete around 50 projects. And ultimately, if you're looking for career opportunity, if you're seeing yourself to be a part of the wave which is into data science and AI, I think so you will take it more seriously and you will get it done much more earlier. And these projects are guided projects, so you will also be able to clarify doubts or questions that you come up with. I hope this answers.
So hope we have answered your question. There is a question by Zakir. He is asking,
Mhm.
is there any AI jobs for finance sector people?
Yeah, so Zakir, to talk about career opportunities, just for data science as well as artificial intelligence or generative AI, all of these three domains have opportunities in every industry or domain, be it finance, be it any other industry that you look at. Okay, so career opportunities are going to be available. So with regards to roles, if you talk about, yes, you will be having roles in BFSI sector as well, that probably you can target for roles that are into fraud detection, that are into compliance. These essentially could be some of the roles that you could target on. If in case you want to have a deep understanding on the roles, what would be the job responsibilities, and also what all roles could be open for you with the education and professional background that you come up with, and how would the mixture of artificial intelligence take your profile to some other level, it's advisable, please fill in the form so that we can cater to your question in depth, because there is a lot to talk about when it comes to profiles in artificial intelligence coming from BFSI as an industry. So we are getting a lot of learners coming from BFSI. One very other important thing to talk about, BFSI is one of those industry that adapts to any changes that comes up in corporate at the very first place. Okay, so you need to make sure that you are as per the current market trends, and the trend is all about AI, DS, and Gen AI in the market. So I hope this answers your question to some extent. If you fill in the form, be rest assured we will get you connected to an expert who has a thorough understanding on BFSI, and they can cater to your questions as well.
Zakir, please fill the feedback form so that we can answer your question one on one. We have one more question. How should the AI upskill path be different for different professional? Example, coders versus non-coders, tech versus non-tech background.
Okay, so very, very interesting question. So, with regards to the career path, if you talk about roles and responsibilities, so one thing to point out very clearly, generative AI is one of those domains in industry right now, which is giving all the professionals to have career opportunity in artificial intelligence or core career opportunities. Okay, you might have heard, you might not have heard about some of the tools that I'm going to talk about, which is Codium and Canva Code. These tools are some of the tools wherein, if in case you know how to do prompting or giving the right input well, you can probably get all the line of codes just within seconds. Yeah, you will probably be much faster than a software developer. Okay, so the thing is, with regards to career opportunities, you're coming from tech, non-tech, if you're coming with some understanding, zero understanding, be rest assured with regards to the program, things are going to be taught to you right from the very scratch. And when it comes to career opportunities, you will absolutely have similar kind of career opportunities, because slowly and gradually it's becoming more about the domain knowledge that somebody is coming up with. So if you are coming from a non-technical background, I'm pretty sure you might be working with a domain, be it finance, be it operations, be it telecommunication, hospitality, HR, whatever. So that domain knowledge is something that's going to be helping you to have that experience and be at the same level to any other professional in IT, and a person who is coming with no knowledge in IT. So you people will be at a very similar level. And in the program, when we will be teaching you right from the very scratch, then the situation is going to be like you people will be treated very equally. Okay, so don't worry about that. We will be starting from the foundations when we will be teaching you in the course. I hope that answers.
So hope we have answered your question. We'll take one more question. Someone is asking who will be the live faculty for each of the subjects.
So if you talk about who will be the live faculty, okay. So faculties, if you talk about, I mean, we have a pool as to what I shared with regards to faculties and industry experts, right? So depending upon the topics, depending upon the expertise, I mean, you can end up getting in touch with any one of them. Okay. So this would vary. We have a pool of experts that are available. So at times you will get chance to interact with some of the renowned industry experts as well. Okay, so this is something which is scattered. I cannot give you the name of any industry expert or faculty who will be taking your live sessions. You will be going through class recordings absolutely coming from the faculties that are going to be coming from the most renowned to the one that I have talked about. I hope this clarifies.
Hope we have answered the question. So, Saud, we don't have any more questions. I would
Okay.
request everyone to please fill the feedback form so that we can, cater to your questions one by one on one. And also, yeah, so, Abhinand, you can just take over here.
Yeah, finally, again, urging everyone to fill the feedback form. This will help us to connect with you one on one and guide you to the right direction. I know you have a lot of doubts regarding the same. We will be able to clarify each and every one of those. So thank you so much for everyone for attending today's webinar. Do not forget to fill the feedback form. And the scholarship is only valid for the next 7 enrollments. So if you are to take a decision, please take it as soon as possible. That would be it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye.